Hey everyone, how's it going? I hope you're all doing great and that you all enjoyed the Super Bowl over the weekend and everything else you've been up to. I'm back with another video finally. I know it's been quite a while since my last one and I'm so sorry for being away for so long, but the good news is that starting today, new videos are going to be coming every week to this channel. Every Wednesday from now until say at least late March or early April, so for the next 7 or 8 weeks or so, I will be uploading a new video right here to this channel, so stay tuned for that. And I'm very excited because they're going to be good ones. I've been hard at work on a lot of things lately, and the time has finally come for me to start sharing them with you all. Now, I know a lot of you have been waiting a very long time for me to give you some good, solid updates on what I'm doing with Best Feeling Ever. And when I say a very long time, I mean like literally years at this point. It's been a while, but I have so much that I'm finally ready to share with you all. And so every week from here on out, I will be revealing a new announcement of one of the many projects I've been working on for Best Feeling Ever. And then by say early April, when I've revealed all those, we'll have a pretty good solid plan and a good foundation to guide us forward. And today I'm going to be giving you all a bit of an overview about where exactly I see this whole thing headed, where we're at, and kind of just what you can expect moving forward. So before we get into that, just a few things to keep in mind real quick. First, like I said, make sure you stay tuned to this channel every Wednesday for a new update video. So hit that subscribe button to make sure you don't miss any of those. And secondly, please join the Best Feeling Ever Discord server, which is linked in the description. The Discord server is our community hub for all things Best Feeling Ever, where you can meet other people who are involved, get first access to news and updates, and just kind of hang out and make friends in a really nice, chill space. So be sure to join that. And next, be sure you are subscribed to the Best Feeling Ever newsletter, which you can do just by going to bestfeelingever.com and entering your name and email in the box on the homepage. The newsletter will be going out every Wednesday as well, with a recap of that week's announcement and some other cool stuff. And also check out the Best Feeling Ever blog, which I've linked down below as well. New posts will be coming every week there also. And finally, just make sure you're following us on our social media, which are all linked in the description as well, so you never miss out on an update and you get lots of other cool stuff. And yeah, that's about it. So let's get right into the video. And today, like I said, we are going to be going over where the Best Feeling Ever movement is at right now and where we're going from here pretty much. So those of you who have been following this channel since the early days, you know that I first started working on this project like late 2018, early 2019, and the goal ever since then has always been to help people to become the happiest, healthiest versions of themselves so that they can just live their best lives and really just feel their best, hence the name Best Feeling Ever. That's always been the overarching goal, and it still is, of course. And then, as many of you know, the other big theme of this project is our focus on connection, which I've talked about many times. I know many of you have heard me talk about in the past the different types of connection that Best Feeling Ever focuses on, like connection to ourselves, connection to others, connection to our communities, connection to the world, and then a connection to a greater sense of purpose than ourselves. And in addition to that, we also explore the ways we can connect and the tools we have to help us connect. And of course, one of the greatest tools for connection that we have in this day and age, I believe, is the internet, as well as the various social media platforms that most of us use on a daily basis. And this power that we have to connect in positive, impactful ways online through the digital space is what we're mainly going to be focusing on for the time being with Best Feeling Ever. Now, before I go on, I do just want to make clear that I still, as much as ever, have plans for Best Feeling Ever that will take place in an in-person capacity in communities and also like working with schools and businesses, just the way I've talked about in the past many times on this channel. That's all absolutely still in the works, and it's essential that it is, because as great as the internet is, nothing can replace strong in-person, face-to-face connection. And so that's, of course, still going to be a huge focus of my work moving forward, and I have a lot of exciting plans and projects for that. But those just need a little bit more time to cook and to get to the place where I'm ready to share more about them. So in the meantime, we will be mainly focusing for now, like I said, on the online aspects of the Best Feeling Ever movement. And as such, I would like to officially welcome you all to what I call Best Feeling Ever Online. Best Feeling Ever Online is basically just the collective name of the set of projects and features of Best Feeling Ever that exist in, of course, the online space. Now, this includes things like our Discord server, our website, both of which, by the way, I'm in the process of revamping. And it includes the broader community, the network that we're building online of people that want to form strong, positive connections with each other for any reason, really, whether that to be to work together, to support each other in reaching their goals, or just to make some new friends and get to know each other. And it also includes a few other really cool projects that I will be revealing in the coming weeks as part of our series of announcements that I mentioned earlier. And it also includes one more very exciting, more long-term project that I'm going to reveal for the first time later on in this video, so stay tuned for that. So at its core, all of this is meant to harness the power that we have at our fingertips to connect in the digital space to improve our lives and our world. That's the essence of Best Feeling Ever Online, and with all that said, I'm now going to introduce you to what lies at the heart of this project, the why, really. So one thing I've been thinking for years now is that these are some very interesting times we're living in. I feel like we're both more connected than we've ever been before as a human species in some ways, and in other ways, we're actually less connected. And it's strange. It's almost kind of like a paradox, I think. We're more connected, obviously, because we have the internet at our fingertips, giving us such a great power that no humans have had before in history, really. And now I know that many of you watching this video have literally grown up with the internet for your whole lives, which includes me, so you don't really even know life without it, but let's make no mistake, it's still a pretty new phenomenon, relatively speaking. We're talking like the past 25, 30 years humans have had the internet compared to all the rest of human history, with most of the mainstream social media we use being way newer than that. And it's given us this unprecedented power to connect with people literally all over the world in an instant and have so much of the world's information at our fingertips accessible to us in seconds. I think it's really without a doubt one of the greatest things humanity's ever created, if you ask me. And now couple that with the rise of smartphones and stuff over the past 15 or so years, which are computers that are literally fit in our pockets and give us access to all of this in a way that we can have it with us really at all times, wherever we go. And yeah, despite the fact that many of us have grown up with this stuff and don't even know life without it and how all of this feels so ingrained into how we're living our modern lives, I'd say that as a human species, we're still very much figuring out how to navigate this great power and how best to use it for our benefit. And that brings me to the other side of things, the side where despite this amazing level of connection, many of us are also feeling a really deep sense of disconnection and profound division. And however old you are, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. It really feels like the more social media has taken a hold over society and connecting each other in a digital space, the more we as humans are feeling disconnected from each other in some ways. We're feeling more tribalistic, less trusting of others. Rates of anxiety and depression have been skyrocketing lately. Hate is sadly on the rise in many ways. It feels like it's becoming harder for many of us to reach out to those closest to us. We're becoming addicted to the endless scrolling and the seemingly endless barrage of toxic stuff that keeps showing up on our screens, seemingly like whether we want it to or not. And I know that so many of us, I'd say pretty much all of us, we've been feeling it, especially these past few years. So on one hand, we have this great, exciting power of connection with each other in ways never known to humans before, literally. And on the other hand, we have this much darker side to it that we're just trying to learn how to cope with and how to live with as humans. But I believe that when we do learn how to overcome that dark part of it, and I believe we will, and then we can enjoy this great power of connection to the fullest extent, I believe then we'll enter one of the greatest ages of human civilization in all of history, honestly. And I mean, the way I see it is all this social media stuff, it's not going anywhere. Now that Pandora's box is open, there's no going back, really. These things are here to stay. So we just need to learn how to work with them and how to use them consciously and intentionally, how to master them before they master us, and how to make them work for us so we can move towards the world we want to see, especially, of course, now with AI so prevalent on the rise now and that whole side of it. And I can make so many videos just on that as its own thing. But for now, I think we're going to get there to a better place with it. And we just need to figure out how to get there. So that should be easy, right? Well, obviously, we have a very long and winding road ahead of us, but my hope with all of that, and with Best Feeling Ever Online, and the whole Best Feeling Ever movement as a whole, really, is to at least make some good progress towards that, or at least to inspire people to make that progress. Because despite the way things often seem, I do believe there is hope. In fact, I know there is. I see it every day. It's out there if you know where to look. People who are using the internet for good, to lift one another up, to make each other smile, even if it's just through a simple meme or a cat video, to share some kindness with each other, to share their stories and lift each other up when they need it the most, and to lift the voices that need the most lifting, to organize for a greater good, and to be something beyond ourselves. And I'm old enough to remember 15 to 20 years ago when it seemed like all of that kind of stuff was a lot more prevalent on the internet, when it seemed like a much happier, much safer, kinder place before all the negativity got shoved in our face and all that good stuff seemingly got buried under mountains of toxicity and hate. And yeah, maybe it was just me looking at it through the eyes of a child back then, but I know I'm not alone in feeling that way, and I know that all of the goodness is still there, and we can bring it back to the forefront. And that brings me to the first main overarching goal of Best Feeling Ever Online, and there are two. And the first is to prove, in an undeniable, irrefutable way, to prove through the power of example that the internet and social media can be a real source of good, that they can be full of hope, joy, love, kindness, inspiration, creativity, community, peace, and the best that humans have to offer to each other and to the world, and their true potential. Their true capacity of goodness and greatness will be on display. Now, like I said, this proof already exists in abundance. If you seek it out, you will find endless examples of this goodness that I'm talking about. People are constantly using these platforms for all of these good things and more, but that's kind of the issue I see. You kind of have to seek it out. At the very least, you need to have your algorithms learn that you want that kind of content before they'll start pushing it on you. And if you don't do that, in my experience at least, you're going to be way more susceptible to having a lot of the bad, the toxic stuff pushed on you by those algorithms. And what we want to do is to create a space where you can just come enjoy the good side of it, the very best of what the internet has to offer, in a place where you can just take a break from the negativity and the toxicity and just remind yourself beyond any shadow of a doubt that good things that we as humans are capable of using the internet, and just as humans. And we need to do that in a way that's so impactful, so far-reaching, so creative, so exciting, as to provide that kind of undeniable proof that I mentioned, that whoever you are, wherever you are, if you want to remind yourself of the good, the light side of all of this, you know you don't need to look any further than what we're doing here. And it'll serve as a place that'll just feel like home on the internet, even just a little bit. Now, obviously, this will not be an easy task to accomplish, so how are we going to do it? So we need to organize, because like I said, the type of content that I'm talking about is already out there in abundance. It's really not that we have a lack of it, although we can always use more. We just need to organize to create a network around it in order to create that place that, like I said, feels like home, that undeniable proof that that goodness is out there. And I see so many people all the time, so many that want to put that good out there and are trying to do it, but they just don't know how to get it out there, or they feel hopeless that with so much negativity and hatred out there, it'll just be drowned out and buried. All that good will be drowned out. And I know that you're out there, those people. I see you, I hear you, and I know sometimes it seems like just about everyone online is just full of toxicity and negativity, and it's hard to remember how much goodness is out there. But I can assure you, I can promise you that the people who want to spread good are out there in hugely abundant numbers. And I think if we just come together and organize in this way, we can find a way to drown out the hatred with the goodness. We can light it up so much that the darkness will no longer seem big. It'll pale in comparison. But the key is, like I said, to organize, and we have to connect around this goal. And this is what Best Feeling Ever Online is exactly about. But it's not nearly enough to just organize to create uplifting content and spread the good vibes and prove that we can be decent to one another online and all that stuff. Now, that stuff's all great, and it's the perfect starting point for all of this, for our journey, just so we can, again, provide that proof of how good the internet can be and create that space that we all feel like home. But after that, we need to go beyond that, and we need to take the next step. And that brings me to the second of those two overarching goals for Best Feeling Ever Online that I mentioned before. So the next one is we need to use our power to organize and to connect to help move each other forwards towards achieving our goals as a human species in ways never seen before, to achieve good, great things for our fellow human beings and for our world. And there are so many people out there right now doing those great things, or who want to do them, or have great ideas but don't know quite where to begin with them. And for all of these people, we need to have some kind of clear outlet, some kind of network that can serve as either a starting point to get them going or as a connection point to get their work in front of the people who need to see it, who can help contribute to it, or even who would just be inspired by it to do their own. And fortunately, again, this is already happening. So many of us are using the internet and social media every single day for exactly this purpose. It's given us an amazing and incredible gift that's made things possible for us that we could have only dreamed of before. It's nothing really new. It's already happening. It's been happening. People are organizing in so many great ways for whatever type of project you can think of, really. There's plenty of forums, subreddits, Discord servers, groups on Facebook or Instagram, websites, anything really. And that should serve as all of the proof any of us need that this is possible. But what comes next is taking it to the next level, and that's what we're talking about. So how are we going to do that? By organizing and creating a network that's bigger, more cohesive, more intuitive, and more seamless than anything we've ever seen before, which I believe is the next step in the development of the internet, really. And in that way, we will reaffirm and once again provide that irrefutable, undeniable proof that this bold leap forward humans have created, the internet, can be used in truly beautiful ways to do so much good, to connect people all over the world in ways that will empower them to move humanity forward, to solve the problems that we all face, to make the human condition even just a little bit easier for all of us. And of course, it's great to talk about lofty goals for all of humanity, but come on, we all also have our individual goals we're working towards just for ourselves, and that's great too. These are the things that light us up as human beings, the things we dream about and work towards day in and day out. And this kind of network I'm talking about will be able to help us achieve those just as much. Whatever goals we have as individuals, whatever dreams we dream of, whatever we are trying to achieve in this life, we need to harness the power that the internet gives us to connect with people who want the same things and to surround ourselves with the support we need to get us there. And this can be anything, really, whether we want to start a business, get really great at a sport, learn an instrument, develop a community around something, learn a new skill. The key is to have a community around us. And again, these kinds of communities do exist in abundance for pretty much anything you can imagine. But what we need to do now is, again, take what's already out there and bring it to the next level by organizing more. We need to streamline the process so that it's much easier, much more intuitive to use our online landscape to find and connect with other humans who can help us in what we're trying to do so that we have a supportive community around us to help us thrive. And this network will be a place to find your people, the people that feel like home to you, the people you're on the same wavelength with, who you feel like you're meant to find in this world. It's a place for also communities to find each other, for organizations to connect and join forces and combine their strength. It's a place to collaborate, and above all, as always, it's a place to connect in new and exciting ways. So to recap, we are looking to create a network to serve us on an individual level, a community level, a societal level, and hopefully a human level. We're looking to create a space that provides, through example, undeniable evidence that the internet and social media can be used for good and great things, that it can be a place of joy and hope and creativity, even more, so much more, than it can be a place full of hate and negativity, and that we're, as human beings, will have the power to organize and connect for the good of us all. We're here to find the joy, the fun, the hope, the excitement of using the internet and social media to restore that many of us remember fondly in those earlier years, those experiences that made us hopeful for a future where we saw this all as a tool to help us create a great world for all of us. We want to remember how that felt, bring back that hope, and carry it forward into a reality that we can get truly excited about. We're going to combat the toxicity, the negativity, the loneliness that we find pervading our screens every day. We're going to seek to remedy the isolation, the disconnection, and again, that loneliness that so many of us are feeling. And we're going to do it with the same energy that's always been at the core of the Best Feeling Ever movement ever since I started it all those years ago. The energy that I try to bring to everything I do in life, that inextinguishable spirit of fun, excitement, hope, joy, love, happiness, community, and of course, connection that can sometimes seem so lacking in our world today, but is always at the heart of our movement, along with, of course, a sense of comfort, familiarity, peace, and a sense of just feeling like you're home, like a place where we can all find that we belong. A place where all of us, no matter where we come from, what we look like, what we've been through in life, or what our backgrounds are, we can find commonality in this human experience that we're all sharing together. It's about strength through connection, not idly sitting by and waiting for things to get better, but using our strength, the strength that we all have inside of us, and that's amplified when we come together to finally make it happen. And most importantly of all, like with everything I do in the Best Feeling Ever movement, and really everything I try to do in life, we're going to lead by example, and we are going to create a template that others can build off of, hopefully, for generations to come. And they might say it's impossible to even begin to do what we're talking about, but we're going to prove that it's possible. We are going to show what we can do, and the time is now. I really think all of us are yearning for more connection on a deep, genuine level, and I think this all just might be a good way of starting to move towards that. I know we can do it. I know that we are strong enough and powerful enough to make this dream and this vision a reality, and I know that by coming together, we can truly do anything. We're ready. I see the want for this out there. I hear it, the desire that so many of us have. I feel it pretty much everywhere I look. People want change. We want something that can give us some hope, especially in these times that can feel so very dark in so many ways. And we're ready for something big. We're ready for something amazing. And the time is now. So yeah, we're going for it. We're going to make this happen. The only question, of course, is how. How are we going to get from these big ideas, these goals, these dreams to actually seeing this all become a reality? Well, I have some plans for that, and you'll be finding out those plans very soon over the course of, like I said, the next few videos. Like I mentioned at the start of this, I will be revealing a new announcement every week from now through the end of March at least. And in each of those, I'm going to go into detail on one of my plans for how we're going to do all of this. So you will just have to stay tuned for all of that. It's coming really soon. But for now, there is one more announcement I have to make. Remember at the beginning, I said there was something else I was going to reveal for the first time towards the end of this video. It's time for that now. So here it is. My team and I are working on an official Best Feeling Ever app so that we can have a platform of our very own to give a home to our community and this great network that we're trying to build that I've been talking about in this video. It's going to be a place that ideally will strive to realize everything I just talked about, where people can hopefully come and see that undeniable proof, that evidence of the good that we're here to create and that we have the potential to create. It'll be a place to connect with other like-minded individuals. It'll be a place to connect, focus on your own self-growth and your own personal development. And it'll be a place to have fun and experience some joy. It'll be a place to organize around the things that are most important to us. It'll be a place to create and collaborate, a place to make friends, and again, a hub for our community and for the Best Feeling Ever movement as a whole. That'll also play a big role in many aspects of the movement. Other than this, as such, beyond the screens. Remember how earlier I said that I'm still very much working on my plans for the in-person parts of Best Feeling Ever? So this app will certainly feed into that, and it's going to be something that's going to help us connect beyond the digital space. And I'm very excited to be working on it, and I can't wait for you all to see it, and I really hope to have it available to the public by the end of this year. Right now, I'm targeting a launch date of November 2025 for the app, so stay tuned for updates on that. I will have them whenever I can. And the one last thing about it, the app, that I'm currently want to say is that I'm recruiting people to join my app development team on a volunteer basis. It's a very big project. It's a big undertaking making this app, so if you or anyone you know has any experience with any aspect of app development or web development or anything like that, then please, by all means, let me know, and I would love to have you on my team for that. And I would absolutely appreciate any help that you could offer to the project. It'll take all of us. So yeah, it's going to be great. I'm super excited for that. November 2025 is hopefully the month you will all be seeing the official Best Feeling Ever app. And in the meantime, again, in the coming weeks, I will be talking a lot more about what you can do to participate in Best Feeling Ever Online. The projects that I'm going to reveal in the coming weeks are going to be interactive, and I'll be telling you all about some very easy and specific steps and ways you can take things into your own hands, and you can help work towards making all of these goals a reality. But for now, the one thing that you can do that would be the most helpful of all is to join, again, the Best Feeling Ever Discord server, so you can be fully part of our community. You can get all of the updates right as they first come out, and you can begin connecting with everyone else. The server is linked below in the description. It's completely free to join, and we would love to have you in there. And I just want to kind of wrap this all up by saying that honestly, I'm going to need all of you guys' help. Like, it is going to take all of us to make this vision a reality. So I'm hoping and praying that this video and these things I'm creating find their way to the people who they speak the most to, the people who are meant to find them. And I know that those people will find them in time. And yeah, I need all of you on my team for this. And please be sure to spread the word. That's another amazing thing you can do to help out with this. Tell everyone you know who you think might be interested in this at all. And let's get it going. Let's get the word out there. In addition, I also have a few more materials I've created to introduce Best Feeling Ever Online to people in the form of what I call a quick start guide, which is really just a document that's a few pages long that just lays out pretty much the main points I went over in this video in what I hope is a clear and concise way. There's that, and there's also a couple of intro sheets, which are just one-page documents going over some basic information about the Best Feeling Ever movement as a whole and about Best Feeling Ever Online specifically. So those are linked in the description as well. Please check those out and send those around to whoever you'd like, and that would be super helpful also. And there is also a link in the description to my newest post on the Best Feeling Ever blog, which also goes in depth on pretty much everything I discussed in this video. So take a look at that and share that around as well, please. And yeah, those are a few good resources that you all have right now to help get the word out there. And more will be coming soon every week. All right, yeah, so that's our introduction to Best Feeling Ever Online. I hope that gives you a good idea of where we're heading with this, in a general sense at least, what our overarching goals are and all that stuff. I know a lot of this video kept things pretty general, but yeah, my intention with this video was mainly just to introduce you all to the ideas behind what I'm doing here and where my head's at with all of this. So if you watched to this point, I want to say a huge thank you. I really do appreciate you watching this video. It really does mean a lot to me. And yeah, this is just the beginning. I'll have a lot more exciting stuff coming very soon, and I can't wait to share that with all of you. So for now, take a look at everything linked in the description, the documents, the blog post. Head on over to our website, bestfeelingever.com, and sign up for our email newsletter. Follow us on social media, which again are listed in the description. Make sure you join that Discord server, and of course, be sure you're subscribed to this YouTube channel for a new video coming every Wednesday with an exciting new reveal, and I will see you all there. And as always, if you have any questions or comments about any of this, or you just want to say hi, please feel free to reach out to me at any time. I would love to hear from you. And yeah, all right, everyone, we got some great stuff coming up in 2025. It's going to be an amazing year. I know it, and I can't wait to see what we can accomplish together. Sending you all lots of love and hugs. Be sure to take good care of yourselves and the people around you, and I will see you all in the next video. Happy Valentine's Day tomorrow as well. Have fun. Enjoy celebrating. I hope it's full of lots of love for all of you. Spend time with your loved ones. I'll see you all soon. Sending love to all of you. And have an amazing day. Thanks, everyone. See you soon.